pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. Are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sim Racing Media from Kern Speedway for the All-Pro Racing Sim Super Late Model Series. In just a few moments, this warm-up's going to be complete, and we're going to be getting this 150-lap event underway. But before we do that, we're going to take just a brief moment to go over the race information. Kern County Raceway Park is an oval configuration. It's just over half a mile in diameter, 0.53. The track temperature is excessively hot today, 126 degrees, and it is in Bakersfield. Now, those of you watching, guess the state. Put in the comments where the state is. Show the other viewers that you know your racetracks. Around halfway, I'm going to let everybody know where this racetrack is. I do enjoy a little bit of Monday night trivia here with Sim Racing Media. Looks like we have 18 cars, 19 cars for this event. There will be no heat race. We're going to go straight to racing after qualifying. Here's a good look down the backstretch. You can see the banking that this track has. And you can see again here the banking in the corner, how it's a bit steeper in the corner. Evens out a bit down the front stretch and the back stretch, but still a lot of banking overall on this racetrack, which is going to help these vehicles turn. But something that I am noticing is how coarse the racing surface looks. Excuse me. And that tells me that tires are quickly going to be a concern here tonight for this event. Want to thank all the viewers and those that are watching with us right now on Sim Racing Media for the All-Pro Sim Series at Kern County Raceway. Looking forward to getting underway. Drivers are just now getting on pit road, or excuse me, are just now gridding at this time. And as these drivers come through, we will talk about the grid. So on the pole is going to be Eric White. Outside pole is going to be Jeff Dillon. Row number 2 is Brett McCoy and Trent Smith. Weston Ward and Brandon Wilkinson, row number 3. Row 4 is Alex Papini and Anthony Donta. Kelsey Rogers and Gleason Smith round out row number 5. Row 6 is Travis Wright and Aaron Hicks. Still waiting to grid for row 7 is Matt Vade and Zach Coyer. Row number 8, Kenneth Storkson and Michael Berner. Row 9, Steve Wright, Corey Rogers. And to round out the back of the field is going to be Rick Ward in the 034 starting in P19. 19 drivers to start this race. I have a strong feeling that most of these drivers will finish this race. I don't expect this to be an extremely damaging race. Something's telling me that we're not going to see a lot of wrecks, and that this race is going to go mostly green based on how wide this track is. Now, I can't say that for sure. I'm going to see the racing line as this race goes on, and I know we're going to see a lot of slippery vehicles considering the track temperature is 126 degrees. Just about 20 seconds away from the pace truck beginning to move, and we'll take 1, maybe 2 laps before we get underway here for this 150 lap event. Gonna have some really interesting views here. One from pit lane. Here's from the other side of pit lane. Gives you a good look at the front stretch. Right here you have a view of the start finish line right behind the pace truck. Lots of virtual spectators here. Wouldn't want to miss it. I always look forward to the All-Pro Sim Racing Series. Week in and week out. Every Monday they put on an excellent show, and I've never been bored of one of their races. Means the drivers aren't bored, the fans aren't bored. As here we go, folks. These drivers are now moving. We are getting ready to go racing here at Kern County. And again, Eric White, Jeff Dillon are going to lead the field to the green flag. Pace lights are out, so I believe we are going to be going green this time by. We will be going green this time by, and we're going to be getting this event underway. Waiting for the pace truck to come down and prove me right or prove me wrong. Excuse me. It's not going to be this time by. We're going to have another lap to go. 150 laps here at Kern County. Excessively high track temperatures. Hot temperatures outside as well. Outside air temperature is 102 degrees. Gives you an idea. It looks like this track's in a desert somewhere. Maybe out by Vegas or near Phoenix, something like that. Let me know what state it is in, folks, for those of you listening. Pace truck's down pit road. We're about to get ready to go under green. As the late and great Tony Trapasso would say, wipe the visor clean. Tighten them safety belt harnesses, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Eric White's going to take the field into turn number 1. The battles for second between Brett McCoy, Weston Ward, and Jeff Dillon. Got trouble already. Car spinning down to the front. That's Brett McCoy all the way down to the bottom. No caution after the first corner. Mostly clean for everybody else. Top 5, single file. Eric White with a half a second lead already on lap number 2. New battle for second between Jeff Dillon, Weston Ward. Weston Ward to the inside of Dillon, taking the low line, is going to make that pass happen. Trent Smith looking to follow Weston Ward through. Jeff Dillon's going to close the door. 3 laps complete of 150. Already got some drivers that are making big moves. Corey Rogers is up 6 positions since the start of this race, and it has not been very many laps and even lesser miles. With the car down low, it looks like Jeff Dillon having trouble. Not sure what caused his vehicle to come back through the pack, but he dropped like a rock. P2 now belongs to Weston Ward, Anthony Donta, Alex Papini, Kelsey Rogers. That's going to be the top 5. Great battle right here for the 4th place position with Alex Papini, Kelsey Rogers, and Trent Smith. Eric White maintaining about a half-second lead over Weston Ward, but Weston Ward not falling back. Step for step with him, not quite closing the gap just yet. These two drivers are running similar lap times, lap in and lap out. Anthony Donta a little bit slower than both of them, starting to lose a little bit of ground. He's a 1.5 seconds behind the leader and a 1 second behind Weston Ward. Ward really closing the gap right here in turn number 1. See if he's got a move to make. You see Eric White slip that number 6 machine. That's going to open the door for Weston Ward to the inside. Number 5 trying to take advantage. Not quite able to slide up in front of the 6. The 6 is going to cut the 5 a break. New leader at Kern County, Weston Ward. Biggest loser right now is that Brett McCoy machine. We saw him hit that inside barrier, and it does appear that he is significantly slower and dealing with damage on this machine. Got a 17-second gap from him to Weston Ward, and you can see Weston Ward right behind him. Brett McCoy is at risk of going a lap down early. So from P2, from P2, Brett McCoy in 10 laps is looking at going a lap down to Weston Ward. Biggest mover currently is Zach Hoyer, Corey Rogers, both up 6 positions. Rogers started 18th, up to 12th. Zach Hoyer currently in 8th, up 6 positions from his starting spot of 14. Weston Ward trying to get around the lapped car machine of Brett McCoy. McCoy didn't make it easy into the corner, but he is going to go ahead and yield the position as Weston Ward is going to go by. He's going to get out of the way for the Eric White machine and the Anthony Donta machine. Unfortunate trouble for Brett McCoy, as he is going to be the first driver scored 1 lap down. Once again, I want to thank all the viewers for being here and those that make All Pro Sim Racing Series work. We appreciate the admins. We appreciate anybody that races in this league and those that put on an excellent show week in and week out. We greatly appreciate you here at Sim Racing Media and the viewers and families as well. Coming to lap 15 here for the Super Late Model Series. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to turn it up for you folks, and I will be right back. Alright folks, that was the first Turn It Up segment of the event. 23 laps complete of 150 here for Kern County. Weston Ward out front over Anthony Donta by 0.2 seconds. Donta got past Eric White in the number 6 machine. Now looking for the lead. Tries to make a move into turn 3. Weston Ward slams the door shut. Excuse me, that was turn, turn 3. Weston Ward closed the door. Now into turn 1, can Anthony Donta regroup and make a move to try to take this position away. No other major battles on track aside from these right here. You can see a battle between Gleason Smith, Brandon Wilkinson, and a battle between Michael Berner and Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks in the 39 machine, Berner in the 009. This battle is for 14th side-by-side racing. Just in front of them, you can see Gleason Smith trying to work on Wilkinson. Side by side, Aaron Hicks is clear. Aaron Hicks is going to take 14th. Mostly single file from second on back. Second on back to 14th, we're single file. At this point, we are single file across the entire field as we are approaching lap 30. I want to thank those guys operating the blimp for this excellent aerial coverage. You can see Alex Papini in the number 39 machine trying to work on Eric White. He's got his hands full with Kelsey Rogers just behind him. Down the front stretch into turn number 1, a lot of compression between these three drivers. Papini with a great drive in and a great drive off is going to pick up some pace on Eric White, trying to close the gap a little bit more into turn number 3. Big run for Kelsey Rogers. The winner off is going to be Eric White. Neither driver can make a move yet. Papini is going to try to dive into the inside of Eric White. Eric White's going to open the door. Papini is going to make the pass. Kelsey Rogers is going to look underneath and follow Papini right on by, move Eric White back to 5th. Kelsey Rogers, Alex Papini, 3rd and 4th respectively. Weston Ward is still battling with Donta for the first place position. About 0.3 of a second is the gap. Donta into the wall. lap traffic. That's number 57 machine, Kenneth Storkson, getting out of the way for the leaders. 2 more lapped cars for Weston Ward to contend with, or 2 more cars at risk of being put a lap down. Gets by one of them clean. Steve Wright, the number 61 machine, 16th, trying to hang on to his lead lap position. Bears me, folks, a little bit under the weather, and a bit of sniffles here and there, so just try to bear with me. I'm doing the best I can to call this epic event. Lap 33 of 150 now complete, mostly single file. The racing is turning out to be just about what I expected. A lot of not too many battles, a lot of single file racing, extremely wide racetrack. Not been too many incidents so far. Lap 33 of 150, the laps are really starting to tick off rather quickly. This is not going to be a long race, folks. If you're in the back, you need to make your move now. Any of you fans rooting for anybody, let us know. Want to thank you again, once again, for being here for this event. On lap 35, we're going to take a few minutes to go through our field. Weston Ward, driver the number 5, super late model, out front. You can see his image right here. Anthony Donta, out of Beecher, Illinois, is driving the 051, that yellow and red super late model machine. Second place, up 6 positions since the start of this race. Alex Papini has a little bit of information right there for him. 2022 Rockford Speedway National Short Track Champion, Roadrunner Division, 5th in points in 2022. Says there's more to come. Driving that number 39, really gorgeous black and blue elite late model. Kelsey Rogers drives number 34, currently scored P4. P5 out of Easley, South Carolina, is Trent Smith, 2022 All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Champion, and he's a real-life asphalt modified driver. Eric White, today's pole sitter, currently in 6th place position, driving the number 6 machine. 7th belongs to Travis Wright, driving the number 10. Out of Antioch, Tennessee, Zach Coyer, 2-time street stock champion and 1 super late model champion for Zach Coyer. Jeff Dillon currently scored P9. You can see his picture right there, number 52, Millersville, Maryland. Brandon Wilkinson, the number 56, white super late model, pink accents, down 4 positions since the start of this race, now scored in 10th. 11th belongs to Corey Rogers, who is our biggest mover out of Medford, New York. 2010 All-Pro Sim Junior Late Model Champion. Worth noting, this driver, he is a champion. Matt Fades out of Stoughton, Wisconsin. Super Late Model Champion 2017, ASRS Team Champion 2020. Gleason Smith out of Lemoyne, Maine. 06 machine for timing. 05 is the paint scheme. Drives a blue and red machine. Got his hands full with Aaron Hicks right behind him in the 039. Aaron Hicks is out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, down 2 positions since the start of this race. Really has just over 100 laps left to make some noise and climb the field. Michael Berner, 15th. He's out of Patchogue. We call it Patchogue, New York. Races crate modifieds at Riverhead Speedway. Kenneth Storkson out of Rockton, Illinois. Hobby Stocks driving the number 57. Steve Wright's out of Shelbyville, Michigan, an original member with the All-Pro Sim Racing Series. Steve Wright, Shelbyville, Michigan. I'm in northern Michigan myself. Rick Ward's out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He's racing late models, used to race go-karts. Brett McCoy, trouble early, risk of going another lap down. He's out of Belvedere, Illinois. That's our field tonight, folks. Currently up front, Weston Ward, Anthony Donta still back and forth, first and second. Papini is a second and a half back, not really able to close the gap. Just a touch faster, but not fast enough to really make a difference. Have a battle right back here. Excuse me, with Brandon Wilkinson. That's between Wilkinson and Zach Coyer. Wilkinson up to 8th, Coyer back to 9th. I want to thank you for being here, folks. I'm going to step away for a couple moments. You're not going to miss a thing. Back with you folks now. Battle for first place really starting to heat up. Weston Ward under a lot of pressure from Anthony Donta. Alex Papini still not able to close the gap from 3rd place. We're approaching lap 60, not quite halfway yet here at Kern County. But I gotta imagine that these drivers are really starting to feel their tires. Lap times are down about a second a lap since the beginning of this race. I'm not seeing any sign of these drivers are facing an extremely tight situation yet, but I can't imagine these tires are as clean and good as they were on lap 1 as they are now lap 60 with the temperatures taking place. Dante all the way to the back bumper. Weston Ward battle for the lead underway. Not able to make the pass. Start finish line into turns number 1. Can Dante make a move? No good right here. Battle a little further back. Kelsey Rogers. Excuse me, that's number 3 machine. Trent Smith and Kelsey Rogers. Rogers looking to the inside of Trent Smith. Smith going to close the door. Battle for 4th place. Trent Smith is right where he started this event. Rogers is up 4 positions since the start of this one. Corey Rogers is the biggest mover of the event. Still +7, currently scored 11th. First caution foul of the night. I think it might involve Kenneth Storkson. Overdrives it, gets loose, spins it around the front stretch. That's absolutely going to bring out a caution. Multiple drivers coming down pit road include Weston Ward, the leader, Anthony Donta, Wilkson, Zach Courier, and others. Some drivers choosing to stay out: Papini, Smith, Kelsey Rogers, Eric White, Travis Wright. Worth noting that one Corey Rogers went down pit road. Got a mixed bag here. Track position versus tires. What's everybody gonna do? More drivers coming down pit road this time. Led by Alex Papini. Strange sequence of events right here based on who pitted already, who did not. Trying to see what all these drivers are taking. Tires for Trent Smith. Looks like tires for Papini. 34 machine making its way out. Let's see how this field cycles through. Brett McCoy up front trying to get a lap back. Waiting to take the wave around, I believe. Thank you for being here part with us on this Monday, October 2nd, 2023, All Pro Sim, the super late models on Sim Racing Media. My name's Jonathan Leach, taking over for Tony Trapasso. We're approaching lap 70 of 150, not quite halfway. This race is going by very quickly. Drivers in the back need to start making moves as quickly as possible to get to the front. Drivers up front don't want to give up the track position. Does not seem like there is an insane amount of tire fall off. Looking forward to asking these drivers how the track was later in this evening. That's Brett McCoy taking the wave around. Up front, you're going to have Wilkinson, Donta, Coyer, Rogers, Eric White, Aaron Hicks. It's your top 6. Pace truck coming down pit road. Grandma, get your popcorn ready. We're about to have a show. Race fans, here we are. Get back on your feet. Anthony Donta leads the field. Agreed. We've got shoving between Wilkinson and Rogers. Nothing's going to happen other than Wilkinson gets forced up the track. More contact right there. Once again, Wilkinson back to 4th. Eric White makes a move into 3rd place. Eric White with a big surge through 3 and 4. Looking to make a move on the 34 machine of Kelsey Rogers. Rogers trying to work the inside, running the defensive line, now to the inside of Donta, the 051. Can Rogers complete the pass into turn number 3? Now the number 6 is looking to follow the 34 through. Side by side down the front stretch into turn number 1. Still not clear. New leader Kelsey Rogers, but caution is out. I believe Steve Wright had trouble. Steve Wright into the wall. Loose, slippery track. It's going to spin it right in turn 4. near miss for a couple of these drivers. It's the car righted, and we are going to rack them, stack them, and get ready to go for the second half of this event. Seeing if there's gonna be any takers on pit road again. I don't expect there to be after pitting just a few laps ago. Sorry folks, bear with me, not feeling too great. We're halfway through this race here for the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series at Kern Speedway. Excellent race going on right now. Couple lead changes, couple unfortunate events for some drivers, but extremely great racing happening at this time. Going to be going back under green this time around, coming to lap 77. Kelsey Rogers is going to lead the field. To green, Eric White to the outside. Row 2 is Anthony Donta, Brandon Wilkinson back on the throttle. Great restart for Rogers. Takes sole position of the lead before turn 1. Eric White sends it into turn number 1. Doesn't quite make up the ground. Brandon Wilkinson's got his hands full with Trent Smith, number 3. Trent Smith into the wall. Now under attack from Weston Ward, Anthony Donta. Donta fading on the inside. Ward looking to cut off Donta. Thinks better if it stays on the high side. Not clear. Side by side by side by side for rows 2, 3, and 4. Weston Ward looking to the outside. Trent Smith to the outside. Both drivers clear. Brandon Wilkinson moves Smith up to 3rd. Ward up to 4th. Side by side right here. Donta Wilkinson, this is the battle for 6th position. Back up front, Eric White working on Rogers. Not clear, was not able to make the move out of turn 1. Right on the bumper in turn 3, trying to set up the pass into turn number 1 this time. Not going to get it done. Great runoff for Rogers. Starting to look like a potential 4-car battle for the lead as Trent Smith and Weston Ward are starting to enter the mix. Weston Ward looking to see if he can get around Trent Smith. not quite happening at this time. Two great battles that you can see on screen at the same time. Battle for first, battle for second. Rogers hanging on to it. Eric White a little bit out of shape. Trent Smith looking to capitalize. Not able to use the throttle. Weston Ward gives Smith a lot of ground, a lot of leeway right here. Plenty of racing left to remain patient. Battle starting to heat up. Weston Ward looking to the inside of Trent Smith, trying to complete the pass this corner. Move Weston Ward up to third. He can set his eyes now on Eric White and then the lead. A little bit further back, you've got a battle between Jeff Dillon and Corey Rogers. This is for the 8th place position. Jeff Dillon currently has 8th. Corey Rogers trying to work on the outside. Gets loose. Big wiggle. Is going to lose multiple positions as Travis Wright is going to take that position away. Rogers now under siege by Gleason Smith. Can he gather it up? Gleason Smith to the inside. Side by side down the backstretch. Side by side turns 3 and 4. Still side-by-side battle for 10th into turn number 1. Smith hanging strong on the outside, but at this point, he's going to see the position. Corey Rogers was hanging well. Seizes the position. Gleason Smith up to 10th. Back up front, these drivers have a little bit more of a gap between each of them. Single file through the racetrack at this time. See right here, you get an excellent shot at the corners and the banking that these drivers are driving into, which I assume greatly influences the ability for these machines to turn. Driver to the wall. At the start-finish line, I noticed that right there, the wall seems to sneak up on you. We have seen multiple drivers this race end up in the wall. Another driver up a little high right there. I might have been Jeff Dillon. I think it was Jeff Dillon giving way to lead lap cars. We're approaching a third of the way through. I'm going to take a quick step away and be right back. Back with you folks. While we were away, we saw a single car spin. That was Zach Coyer. Gonna put it back on the screen. Rear end gets away from him, goes around right in front of other cars. I would definitely call that a caution. When we get back underway, we'll be approaching lap 100. And the final third here at Kern County Speedway. This race is going to be over rather quickly. You feel like you have 50 laps, but really it's only about 15 minutes of intense racing for the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. We're going to see a lot of action, at least one more caution, possibly a two-car collision. Other than single-car spins, this race has been mostly clean, however. Drivers choosing right here. Rogers to the bottom, Ward to the top. Eric White, row 2, down low. Trent Smith chose the high lane. Alex Papini inside row number 3. Outside row number 4 is going to be Travis Wright. We'll be back under green this time around. Back on the throttle, 34, Kelsey Rogers up front. Side-by-side battle, Ward, Rogers, Eric White just behind. Still side-by-side, out of turn number 2. Coming down the backstretch. Rogers retains position. Weston Ward right on the rear bumper. Does Ward use the bumper? He does not. Rogers powering through on the high side once again. Insert Eric White in the number 6 machine, trying to get into this mix. Big wiggle right here. Both drivers going to collide. Rogers in the wall. Weston Ward gets moved. Rogers, heavy damage. Lex Wilkinson as well. Going to be about 43 laps remaining when we get back under green here. And again, folks, please bear with me. I don't feel well. I'm doing the best I can to call this and stay alert and current. I've shown what I believe is 16 cars on the lead lap. Plenty of competitors left that can close out this event. Sorry for the dead air, folks. Pace lights are still on. A couple more laps before we get back underway. I believe we'll be choosing this time around. Side-by-side pace truck coming down pit road. Ward, White, Smith, Papini. Back on the throttle now. Great jump for Eric White. Coming down turns number 2. Sole possession in first place is number 6 machine of Eric Wolfson. .40 laps remaining here, Kern County. Eric White now out front over Weston Ward by 0.3 of a second. Take a step back, turn it up one last time, right back. Folks, as these laps are beginning to wind down here. We're under caution once again. Looking to find the incident. I believe it had to do with Kelsey Rogers and the number 34 machine. Alright folks, getting ready to choose this time around. There will be about 30 laps remaining here for Kern Speedway for the All-Pro Super Late Model Sim Series. Up front, Eric White now, Weston Ward, P2. Great battle back here. Alex Papini gets loose with this machine, hangs on to it, under siege now. Multiple drivers trying to hang on to it and keep the 34 behind him. I apologize, folks. 5 laps remaining. Not doing well on my end. 5 laps remaining. Brandon Wilkinson up front here for this event here. I apologize. This is a doozy. Struggling a lot to finish this race out. Wilkinson with about a second lead. 4 laps remaining over Trent Smith. Smith and Papini. This is for position number 2. What's Papini willing to do for second place? Papini looks to the inside. Smith gonna shut the door. Into turn number 3. Going to be coming up 2 laps remaining. Popsicle sticks in the air for Brandon Wilkinson as he's got 7 more corners remaining out of road number 2. Excuse me, corner number 2 into turns number 3. Brandon Wilkinson nearly a second lead over second place driver Trent Smith. Papini working third, trying to take second place away. White flag is out. Wilkinson's in the wall. It's going to cost about a tenth and a half. Not enough to make a difference. We're coming to the final corner for Brandon Wilkinson. Wilkinson out of turns number 4, driving the number 56 Super Late Model, is going to win it at Kern County Speedway. Congratulations, Brandon Wilkinson. We're going to take just a couple moments here to go through the results. Tonight's race winners: Brandon Wilkinson up 5 positions on this event. Trent Smith second, third belongs to Alex Papini. Matt Vade is 4th, 5th Kelsey Rogers. Anthony Donta 6th, 7th is Travis Wright. Corey Rogers is 8th, 9th is Jeff Dillon. 10th, Michael Berner. Brandon Wilkinson burning it down on the front stretch for the fans and those viewers currently watching. Gleason Smith brings it home 11th. 12th is Brett McCoy. Aaron Hicks is 13th. 14th is Weston Ward. Zach Coyer is 15th. 16th belongs to Rick Ward. 17th, Steve Wright. 18th is Kenneth Storkson. And 19th, Eric White. Fortunately, not finishing where Eric Wright would like to. Alright, folks, today I'm going to have to apologize. I'm not going to be able to do interviews tonight. I do not feel well. I want to thank these drivers for putting on an outstanding show. Congratulations to Brandon Wilkinson. As Tony Trapasso would say as he walked through life, folks, please do not play in traffic. Good night.